Hi, I'm Nick Miffin, APA Sports Physio.
Hi, my name is Dara Curley, sports physiotherapist working at Lifecare Croydon.
Hi, I'm Sam Suke, physiotherapist at Lifecare Croydon and trainer at the Footscray Bulldogs. We're here today on behalf of the Eastern Football League and Lifecare Croydon to provide some advice on taping techniques and injury prevention. Hope you enjoy. Another common injury in sport, especially those that require overhead movements, such as football, basketball and netball, is dislocation of the shoulder. The most common dislocation of the shoulder is where the humeral head, which is the ball of the ball and socket joint, slips anteriorly, that is forward, and inferiorly, so forward and down. To prevent this movement, which often occurs in this position here, we're going to tape the athlete with their arm on their hip, supporting the front and inferior surface of that humeral head. Our goal is to prevent this upper range movement so that their tape feels like it's restricting that movement, but they can still mark a football overhead or catch a ball. As with the previous taping techniques, the first step is to apply a fixing oil, which provides a solid foundation for our taping. Important to fall short of the nipple as not to irritate the area. Once again, this tape does not provide any structural support, it's merely for the additional strips of tape, the rigid tape, to adhere. These are followed by anchors over the shoulder. My preference is to use a 50mm rigid strapping tape. You can also use a 38mm if your taping budget permits that. Could you please tense your arm, Sean? The anchor that goes around the arm is just below the deltoid muscle, where it peters off before the bicep then bulges out. Important to get the athlete to tense while that anchor is applied so that they're able to contract and relax that muscle during competition without the tape restricting them. The first strip, supporting the anterior and inferior aspect of the humeral head, is applied quite low down, just above the shoulder crease. The finishing point is on the inside of the arm, at the back. Just lift your head up, Sean. The second bit of tape reinforces that slightly higher. The level of support required depends on the acuity of the injury and how much reconditioning the athlete has done to strengthen their shoulder. This is not a substitute for reconditioning, but merely something to provide extra support as the athlete returns to sport. After the first 4 strips are applied in that fan shape, I recommend reinforcing that bottom layer to provide extra support to the humeral head in preventing that anterior-inferior dislocation. We also apply some strips across the back of the shoulder. Also important to make sure you've got a full roll to start with. That forms the basis of the structural support for the shoulder joint. It's best when reinforced with some elastic strapping. Starting at the same point, Sean, could you please hold that? Starting at the front, wrapping around the arm. Important to apply the circumferential taping around the arm with minimal tension as not to produce any muscle contraction or circulation. Depending on the taping budget, you can repeat that same movement in reverse. Just relax your hand now, Sean. Anchors are then applied to secure the taping. The final step is to apply 2 bits of fiximol at the ends of the tape, one on the front and one on the back, to provide extra security. For athletes that are particularly sweaty or mobile during competition, it may help to apply a spray underneath the tape before you apply the fix-a-mole at the start. Important to pat the tape down and test that the shoulders movement, the athlete's movement, is restricted in that overhead position.